Now I want to talk about your home. Do you live in an apartment or a house?
Now I live in a house. It's located in a suburban area of my city, and I've lived here for about 3 years.
Is it a large apartment or house?
It's a reasonably big house, to be honest. It's got a couple of floors and there are 3 bedrooms, and that's great because we can have guests over.
Who do you live there with?
I actually share my house with my brother. It's great to live with him. We never really used to kind of have a close relationship when we were younger, so living together now is great.
What is your favourite room in your apartment or house?
Interestingly, I would say that probably the bathroom is my favourite place to live. I really enjoy taking a bath, and sometimes I'll just sit and soak for an hour or so after a long day at work, and for me that's a really relaxing place, and I'd say that was my favourite room.
Is it a quiet or noisy place to live?
Well, as I mentioned, it's a suburban area and it's not particularly noisy. Occasionally, I suppose, if somebody in the area has a party and friends over, then it can be a little bit noisy, but by and large it's not a particularly noisy area. There are no main roads close by and we're not far from the green areas of the city, so it's pretty nice.
What can you see from the windows in your apartment or house?
I don't have much of a view, to be honest. If I look out of my window, I can just see some of the other houses that are surrounding mine. I wish I did have a better view, actually. It's one of those things, you know, when you wake up and you dream about opening the curtains and seeing a lake or mountains, but unfortunately I don't have that.
If you could change anything about your apartment or house, what would you change?
Good question. As I mentioned, I love, you know, looking out and having mountains or lakes. So maybe if I moved to the countryside with fresh air, that would be a really ideal place for me to live. I don't know whether that's going to happen in the short term, but obviously we can always make dreams and plans. In the speaking test, it's really important that you try to add complexity to your language and to your grammar, and that will mean using different styles of sentences. So it could be when sentences, if sentences. We have to really focus on subordination. If you don't know what subordination is, please check it out and make sure that you are well versed on it and that you really understand what it means.